Ladies and gentlemen, our friends, welcome to our next episode of the Sire'S. My name is Regina Naluja, a multimedia journalist, together with my colleague.
What's your Simon?
Yes, what's Simon? We're talking about going back to school, and it's a promotional term, and most parents have not yet taken back their kids to school. What would be the reason?
It's a variety of many things.
A
That a
combination of
combination
factors.
of factors. For example, there are some who have not gone back to school not because they don't have money. Maybe they have a beloved one who is sick and they have to take care of that beloved one. You get me?
Those are reasonable reasons.
Yes.
But the others who are not yet back to school are for other circumstances.
Financial crisis is a serious matter, by the way, at this point, whereby schools are expensive, everything is expensive, and also
The school policies.
school policies.
Because
Yes.
over the years, school policies have changed. Some schools require you to have zero balance on the pay slip
Yes.
before you take back your child to school.
Yeah.
Others, they will say at least 3/4 of the tuition,
3/4 of the
which
tuition.
of which the holiday was a bit short.
Very short. I think it has taken 3 weeks.
And some parents, I think, they're still looking for money to see that
Can
they
you
get their
imagine?
kids back to school.
A holiday of 3 weeks, meaning that even the salary has not yet come because it is not yet
No,
a month.
no, no, no. This time around, actually, yes, we are. Today is 17th
Today is
September.
17th. Yeah.
And the salary week, I think it's next week, but one. The week after next week.
Yeah.
So could it be that some parents are still waiting for the salary?
Some parents are still waiting for money. You know, others are still collecting themselves.
How?
Like, when you have some parents have many kids. For example, you have two to three kids, whereby when I take one, the other one will feel neglected. Some parents like me, we are considerate.
So they need to
we need
treat all the kids equally.
Yeah.
But I think it's better you focus on the issue at hand, especially this is a promotional term, and it's a term when candidates are going to be sitting for their examinations, final examinations.
Yeah.
So if you have kids and you are among those you have a finalist, I think it would be better to take care of the finalists first before focusing on these others.
Yeah.
Then you continue looking for money and you take these others later on. And there are also some parents who are whose children have been helping them during their holidays with their work, household chores, work in the market, work in their shops. So they're like, this first week is not a serious one. So my kid will return to school maybe the following week or after 2 weeks. And it's normal to them.
No.
How does it affect a student's progress?
Things have changed in schools, by the way. Things have changed. But I think it also goes back to schools, creating certain policies that have to force students to report.
Like?
Because, for example, when in my former school, I won't talk about it. I know men are waiting to know about it. But in my former school, there was a policy of having beginning of term at the first day of reporting. Yes, beginning of term examinations. And these beginning of term examinations, they were to be added on your report. You get me? Because there are some kids that are going to lie parents and they're going to be like, we are not going, we are not having, because they want to miss their exams. Because trust me, beginning of term exams are tough.
And this is
because you're not, because you're not so used. You've been so relaxed in the holiday, so go reporting and you're getting an exam. You know those things. They are kind of tough. So there are some kids that tell their parents that actually we are not going to have anything at school. So schools should put those policies. And I've met certain schools which have a policy whereby if you miss to come to school in time, then you have to report to the parent. You get me?
But if it was a deal between a parent and a child, for example,
that is okay.
If the house help maybe went to the village, maybe left, and firstborn kid who is in senior 4 is the one the parent expects her to be at home for a time being to take care of some house chores.
You see?
So still the parent will be supportive.
because it all goes back to the parent. If the parent decides that that's what they want for their kids, then the parent, you shouldn't blame the school for your child's performance. You get me? Because we have a tendency of parents violating school policies with their kids, and at the end of the day, they want to demand from the school results. The question is, there is a reason, the thing is, there is a reason why schools put these policies for the well performance of, of the students, to prepare the students to perform in the way parents expect. Because this is the reason why you're taking your child to school. This is the reason why you're paying your school fees. So meaning that you have to cooperate with me and I also cooperate with you. So meaning if we fail to cooperate and at the end the results are not as expected, me as the school, I'm out. I normally tell people that it is okay. You can give the child whatsoever they want. You can you can carry them like a baby. You can pamper them. You can do whatsoever nonsense you want to do with your child. But when time comes, when that child has grown up, and there are certain things they missed out in line of shaping, the society is going to discipline them.
Kids are making money right nowadays through different channels. Talking about social media, talking about content creation. Actually, school going kids nowadays are into content creation. And at school, I don't think it's allowed. So you may find someone who is busy still making his content, his or her content. And he finds going back to school at this moment so disturbing after enjoying 3 weeks of holiday and I feel like I need more, I need another week. So, such disturbances, how can they be controlled?
Now, I'll take it back to parents entering the lives of their children. One of the things that is causing a lot of problems, even kids doing things behind the backs of parents, it's only because there is a very big gap. What do I mean? Uh, in most cases, the things you restrict a child to do, these are the most things that they are going to do. You get me? In the Bible, because I'm a man of the word, and I read the Bible a lot. In the Bible, there's a scripture in Job where Job says that what I feared most has happened to me. You get me? So he feared the kids to go and do funny things outside there. So every evening, when you read the first chapter of Job, every evening, Job had to give sacrifices unto God, and the reason was simply because the kids might have done something wrong that might cause God to take away their lives. Right now, he comes to a conclusion that whatsoever he feared,
It happened.
it happened. Whenever you get into a life of a child, you will know what is going on with the child, right? For example, I've seen some kids that are doing content creation. It is not a bad thing, you get me? But the parents are involved. Now, when the parent or when the elder is involved into your business, what happens is he will direct you and he will tell you that now this is time for school. Let us go to school, because he's like a manager. You get me? In this, I'm seeing kids that are making content and they have managers outside their families. That manager is all about making money. So he's going to make sure that he utilizes each and every opportunity. You get me? But when you have a manager, let it be your parent, because you're not above 18. You're still under your parents' care and
Still a
guidance.
kid.
They know what is best for you. So they know when school is better for you, and they will take you to school. You get me? When it is time for now, even you as a child, you'll be contented. You're like, I'm not in this thing alone. You see, my parent is with me. So when I'm home, he's not going to restrict me. So what am I trying to say with issues of school and parents and everything? Let's give freedom to your child under your guidance. kakulu nyako, that is so important, under your guidance. Don't just give a child freedom without your guidance.
We can't go back to where we were before, and we're just moving forward.
Yeah.
So all in all, we need to be knowledgeable, focused,
Exactly.
and even know our limits.
Advising a child.
Exactly.
Sitting with your child.
Yes.
Talking with your child. Not shouting to your child.
Family rules
the
are
issue,
also a must.
exactly.
Because you can tell your child, for us here in this home, in this family, we don't do this. This is an abomination. Understand? So the children have to know their limits.
Now, let me tell you something. When you tell a child this, this is an abomination, it is okay, a child will grasp it. But the problem I have with parents, the way you introduce something to a child.
How do they have to introduce it to them?
Because just like you feel comfortable when your boss at the workplace calls you in the office and they talk with you over something you did wrong. For example, maybe you came late and they talk to like an employee relationship. Because remember, a child has not done anything wrong. You get me? You're just introducing something to them.
So it becomes a negotiation between a parent and
It's not a negotiation. You're trying to set rules, but in a way that is friendly. When the boss starts to shout at you from that, when maybe you're sitting with your fellow workers in the offices, and they shout at you, you come late, you're stupid, you're what? The first thing that is going to die in you is the morale of working in that place. You get me? So, how will you make a child love what you're telling them if you're harsh on them?
it has to be dialogue.
Exactly.
You sit on the table, you talk, you present your ideas, he gives you his ideas, why he's bent on doing this and this, then you reason.
You make
and you come
agreements.
to a conclusion.
But it has also a limit. There are times when these kids, we call it taking parents for granted. Now, there must be a place of an iron hand. That the child knows that in case all fails, there is an iron hand.
So,
Because the Bible also says that spare the rod and spoil the child. That's why we need father figures in our lives. Because you realize that in a home, you'll find a mother shout. Even when a mother shouts at the kids, they will still take it as a joke. But when a father speaks like this, you feel that impact. You get me? There should be an iron hand. So mostly the work is done by mothers. Yeah? Mostly the work of school, as we are talking about taking back kids to school. That is on the side of those they that are doing content, are still doing content and everything. Parents should enter into the lives of school.
not only content, actually, children are busy nowadays doing work.
Yes.
You find a child in a window market selling bras.
Because everything has its own time. We have to let children know.
Find a primary or secondary school child vending tomatoes, vending fruits. So they're into this business of making money. And remember, the moment you start tasting the sweetness of money, you'll be like, why should I go back to school? After all, I'm working to make money.
Going back to the core topic, the reason why many kids are not yet in school, we cannot close our eyes and we don't look at the issue of parents lacking finances, because it's the most issue right now. They are trying, and I thank every parent who is trying. And we, even kids, should understand that our parents are trying. They are really trying. And if you stay at home a week or 2 weeks, please don't be at the neck of the parent. They are really trying.
Solution: if you're late at school, if you're not going to register for school in this first week of the semester or the term, what solution do you give to those people? If you're sitting at home and you know your colleagues are in class, your colleagues are discussing, what should those children be doing?
The first thing
Exactly.
is you have to make friendships that are valuable. You have to make relation in every, in this world, everywhere you go. What pushes you are the relationships you make. You get me? So if you are a child there, you have to make good. If indeed you're focusing on education, staying at home for a week does not mean that you're going to fail. But the relationships you make in school, these are relationships that are going to make you cover what you missed. These are relationships that are going to actually give you the notes that you missed. You get me? Another thing you have to do as a child is, even as you're at home, do something. Don't be on TikTok yet you know your friends are in school. You get me? Know that the time for TikTok ended. Now, in your setting, according to the school calendar, the semester has begun. The term has commenced. Now, what you have to do is set yourself in the mood of school. You have reading materials. You see, as others are in school, in lectures, have your reading materials. Read.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for following, guys. Thank you for liking our information. It's Regina Nanuja, a multimedia journalist, together with my colleague
Wasa Simon, always reminding you to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Sire'S Episodes.
Thank you so much.